Imagine waking up one morning and deciding, I'm going to disappear, not that you ran away, but that the you the world knows, the predictable, conditioned, over-explained you, simply vanishes. No more justifications, no more old habits, no more repeating patterns like an actor stuck in a bad script. But here's the truth. You're not erasing yourself. You're becoming who you were meant to be. This isn't an escape. This is a self-transformation so complete that the past version of you is no longer recognizable, even to yourself. So how do you truly disappear and evolve into a higher version of yourself? History, spiritual traditions, and psychology all point to the same hidden truth. And today, we're going to decode it. Part 1. The philosophy of self-transformation. Shedding the old identity. The Buddha didn't just disappear. He aligned himself with his true nature. Born as a prince, Siddhartha Gautama had everything: luxury, power, a predetermined identity. But one day, he simply walked away. He left his kingdom, shed his title, and let go of an identity that was never truly his. Psychologists today might call this a reinvention of self. Spiritual teachers would call it alignment with the soul's purpose. It happens when you stop living according to what the world expects from you and start living according to your deepest truth. But self-transformation isn't just a mental shift. It requires something few people realize. Your environment is shaping you every second of every day. And to become a new version of yourself, you must consciously choose what you allow to shape you. Part 2. The practical steps of transformation. Step 1. Change your physical and social environment. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. Ancient proverb. Who you think you are is partly a reflection of who you spend time with. If you are always around the same people, in the same spaces, with the same conversations, then your identity is being reinforced daily. So you disappear. Seek new environments that challenge you. Surround yourself with people who represent your future self, not your past. Visit places that pull you into new patterns: a library, a different country, a co-working space filled with people who inspire you. For example, legendary rock star David Bowie. Bowie reinvented himself multiple times. He knew that staying in one identity too long would kill his creativity. So he left London, moved to Berlin, stripped his lifestyle down to nothing, and re-emerged as an entirely different artist. Your transformation doesn't require a new country, just new surroundings that force you to become more than your past. Another example: engineer, futurist, and inventor Nikola Tesla. He had a ritual. At unpredictable intervals, he would retreat into total solitude, severing all connections to the outside world. No conversations, no distractions, nothing but his thoughts. To most, it would seem like a descent into madness. But for Tesla, this was where the future was built. He did not need blueprints. He did not need drafts. He saw entire machines fully formed in his mind, gears turning, circuits humming, energy flowing. He could test them, refine them, run them through years of wear and tear, all without touching a single physical object. He said, "Before I put a sketch on paper, the whole idea is worked out mentally. In my mind, I change the construction, make improvements, and even operate the device." This was more than thinking. It was a vision unfolding in real time. And so, while the world outside scrambled in the chaos of progress, Tesla disappeared into silence. And when he reemerged, he carried with him ideas that would light up entire cities: alternating current, wireless energy, radio waves, all of it, born in solitude. Step 2. Detox from mental programming. Your mind is not your own. It has been programmed by the content you consume, by the conversations you engage in, by the beliefs you've accepted without questioning. To truly transform, you must control what enters your mind. Try this. Stop consuming content that reinforces who you used to be. Unfollow, mute, or remove media sources that keep you locked in an old identity. Replace them with books, deep conversations, and silence. Step 3. Stop explaining yourself. Shut your mouth. One of the most powerful acts of transformation is learning to stop explaining yourself. If you always tell people about your transformation, you risk their opinions shaping it. If you seek validation for change, you stay dependent on external approval. True transformation is silent, internal, unapologetic. Stop caring what other people think. Example: Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci kept thousands of pages of secret notebooks. He didn't explain his genius to the world. He let his work speak for itself. Move in silence until your evolution is undeniable. Do not cave to the temptation of seeking validation of others to affirm your purpose. Do not seek accolade from others to boost your ego. You don't need to explain anything. Marry the process and take pleasure in simply showing up for yourself. Step 4. Reinvent your daily routines. The small shifts that change everything. A new life doesn't start in grand moments. It starts in small, unnoticeable shifts. Because transformation is not an event. It's a series of small decisions that, over time, make your past self unrecognizable. You wake up differently, not jolted by an alarm, not reaching for your phone, not with the weight of yesterday still clinging to you. Instead, you open your eyes with intent. Most people wake up and immediately step back into who they were yesterday. They grab their phones, check messages, scroll social media. Instantly, they become the same version of themselves. Reactive, distracted, externally influenced. But this morning is different. Instead of waking up to the noise of the world, you wake up to the silence of yourself. Before your feet touch the ground, you take a breath. And in that moment, you ask, who am I choosing to be today? The Stoics practiced aphasia, a voluntary muteness. They believed that words should be sharp, precise, and rare, like arrows, not scattered grains of rice. So today you experiment with strategic silence. You listen more. You observe before you speak. And when you do speak, your words land like a stone in still water. Step 5. Mindset. The internal dialogue. We talk to ourselves all day, but what do we say? Most people repeat the same internal scripts. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope people like me. These thoughts shape identity more than we realize. But today, your inner dialogue shift. You don't just think new thoughts, you question old ones. In Buddhism, this is self-inquiry. In cognitive psychology, it's called cognitive restructuring. Both say the same thing. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the rewriter, the architect. So today, every time an old thought tries to shape you, you redirect it. Instead of, I'm not ready, you ask, what would I do if I was? Instead of, I don't belong, you ask, what if I do? These aren't affirmations. This is rewiring reality at its core. The mind is a garden, but today you are intentional. What enters your mind is your choice. Instead of Instagram, you read philosophy. Instead of consuming distractions, you feed your mind with timeless knowledge. Because who you become is shaped by what you consume. And consumption isn't just food. It's everything that enters your awareness. The samurai followed a strict mental diet. They believed the mind must be as disciplined as the sword. So they avoided idle talk, meaningless distractions, any information that did not serve their highest self. In a world of endless input, you reclaim control over your mental space. Step 6. Closing the day with intention. The way you end your day sets the tone for the next. Most people fall asleep distracted. TV on, phone in hand, no separation between one day and the next. But tonight, you do something different. You reflect. What did I learn today? You reset. What will I leave behind? You visualize. Who am I becoming? In ancient Greece, the philosopher Epictetus said, at the end of the day, ask yourself, what did I do? What did I fail to do? What remains to be done? It's a simple ritual, but it makes all the difference. Most people think transformation is a moment, a grand decision, a single dramatic event. But in reality, it's in the small, invisible choices, every single day. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you think, the way you carry yourself. And if you stack these small things, then one day, you wake up and realize you have transformed. Part 3. The transformation. You don't rush to check your phone. You don't feel the anxious pull of notifications. For the first time in a long time, you feel at peace with silence. Not empty, not lonely, just present. The way you breathe is different, slower, deeper. The way you stand is different, upright, effortless. The way you look at the world, curious, not cautious. And then it hits you. That person you used to be, he's gone. Your environment, a reflection of who you've become. You step outside. The city doesn't feel as loud as it used to. It moves at the same speed, but you are no longer rushed. The people you used to know, you don't see them anymore. Not because you cut them off, but because your energy no longer calls them in. The places you once frequented, bars, distractions, the comfort zones of your old self. You don't even think about them now. You have new places, new rituals, new surroundings that reflect the person you have become. It reminds you of something the poet Rumi once said: "Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop." Your old self, your old habits, your old life. It fell away naturally because you stopped holding on. The internal shift. You remember the old days, the restless thoughts, the self-doubt, the hesitation before speaking. Now, there is clarity. Your thoughts are no longer chaotic, bouncing from one worry to the next. There is space, a stillness between each idea, like a monk sitting by a river, watching thoughts pass without chasing them. Your inner voice no longer says, "What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if I'm not enough?" Because those questions don't belong to you anymore. Now, the questions are different. What do I want to create? Who do I want to become next? What's the next adventure? Your mind, once filled with fear, now filled with curiosity. Your body, moving through the world differently. You used to rush through life, always trying to catch up. Now, you move with deliberation. You no longer fidget when speaking. You no longer shrink in crowded spaces. Your presence carries weight. People notice. Strangers make way for you in the street. When you speak, people listen. Not because you demand attention, but because your energy commands it without effort. Your movements are efficient. No wasted energy. No nervous pacing. Like a warrior trained in the art of stillness. Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated samurai, once wrote, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." That's how you feel now. Not self-conscious, not self-important. Just aware. Your work, a path you chose, not one you settled for. You remember when you worked just to survive, doing things you didn't love, just to keep up with a life you didn't even choose. But now, your work is an extension of you. It aligns with your curiosity. It feeds your spirit instead of draining it. It serves something bigger than money or status. You no longer chase short-term rewards, you play the long game. Like Leonardo da Vinci, who spent decades studying anatomy, flight, and engineering. Not because it was practical, but because it fascinated him. And when you work with that level of obsession, you create things that last beyond you. You no longer surround yourself with people who just fill space. No more small talk. No more shallow friendships built on convenience. The people around you challenge you. They bring wisdom. They push you higher. They reflect the person you have become. It reminds you of something Confucius once said: "When you meet someone better than you, turn your thoughts to becoming his equal." And that's exactly what you do. Because every person in your life now is someone you choose, and they too have chosen you. You walk into a room and something happens. People notice, not because you are loud, but because you are undeniable. You no longer try to be interesting, you simply are. There is a difference. It's the difference between a flickering light bulb and the sun at full power. The difference between someone chasing attention and someone who doesn't need it. The difference between someone trying to be confident and someone who has already arrived. And the strangest part, the world didn't change. You did. And that made all the difference. And the person you were meant to be has taken your place. Not because you forced it, not because you pretended, but because you chose it every day, with every decision, with every shift. And if someone from your past saw you today, they wouldn't recognize you. Not because you are gone, but because you have finally arrived. So, tell me, who are you becoming? Drop a comment below and share what step resonates with you most.